I guess I could watch the Actman Starfield video. My taste for cringe has decreased over time, I feel like. Well, there's certain types of cringe I like. I don't like, you know, shill, sellout cringe.
There you are, customizing your character in a brand new space RPG,
and all of a sudden,
you're woke.
you didn't ask for this. You didn't choose this. Yet there it is.
What's up, everybody? This is the Adoring Man here, and Bethesda just released Starfield, what could be their biggest RPG ever.
Are you gonna play Starfield?
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna play the shit out of Starfield.
This is a huge moment for them, Xbox, and all of us nerds who apparently didn't have enough amazing games to play this year.
Okay, let's take a look at these. Well, at least he X'd out Diablo 4. I guess that's good. Resident Evil 4, okay, that's alright. Dead Space is not even new. I mean, it's 95% the same fucking game. The other 5% is that the levels connect to each other, and you know, obviously there's a small woke bits. So we'll say 90%. It's 90% a game that came out 14 years ago. Assassin's Creed. Oh boy, I'm fucking. You don't know how hyped I am for another Assassin's Creed. Well, long. I don't know. Maybe that could be good. Armored Core 6 was alright. Starfield was fucking trash. Star Wars was Jedi Survivor was alright. Final Fantasy 16 was boring as fuck. Alan Wake 2 is gonna be Alan Woke too. Pikmin 4 was decent. I don't care about Fire Emblem anymore. Tears of the Kingdom was an expansion on fucking, you know, Breath of the Wild. I don't care about Street Fighter. Baldur's Gate 3 was pretty good. Spider-Man 2's, yeah, you know, it'll be something. It'll be something. I'm sure it'll be just another bland sandbox thing. I mean, the first game was alright. I mean, it wasn't anything special. It was fine. Hogwarts Legacy was okay. Dead Island 2, I don't know. Maybe I'll play it. So it was a year of like 6 and 7 out of 10s. That's pretty much it. Better than the last like 3 years, which is basically what I've said. But like, I don't know. It's gonna take a little bit more than like 6s and 7s to get me excited, I think.
That's okay. I didn't plan on touching grass until 2024. Personally, I've been having a shitload of fun with the game, and the most shocking revelation of all is how polished Starfield is. I think I've encountered like a grand total of 4 bugs.
What the hell am I looking at?
After Fallout 76, I expected much worse. But there are a lot of legitimate criticisms people have been making about exploration, loading screens, NPCs, etc. And we'll be talking about some of those legitimate complaints, but this is a hot takes video. Games with this much hype behind them draw in a lot of attention, and with so many eyes on Starfield, it's only natural we should receive a bounty of terrible hot takes. Attention viewers, we are arriving at the surface of planet Hot Takeus. Be prepared for a rough landing. The cringe levels have not been fully scanned, and they could be lethal.
Imagine saying that while making an extremely cringe joke. Like, I have some self-awareness. You can't call like a bunch of hot takes cringe while also making a really cringe joke. It's just, I don't know, come on.
Ready to get it on.
So because Starfield is exclusive to PC, Game Pass, and Xbox, well, naturally the PlayStation fanboys have risen from their catacombs with a throbbing hate boner. One so obvious they don't even care to tuck it.
Yes, I'm sure that Metacritic score is only... There's no legitimate reason to give it a low score at all. There's definitely no reason to shit on Starfield. Definitely not an hour and 23 minutes, and really should have been an hour 30, but I just had to cut some shit. Scotty, man, thanks for $2. Ackman is the embodiment of Reddit. Yes. Yes, he is.
Throbbing hate boner. One so obvious they don't even care to tuck it into their waistband. But how bad could these takes possibly be? If you're reviewing Starfield and give it a high score, I hope you lose your job.
Attention.
I mean, here's the thing. Let's go back to this. Okay, so 32 likes. This is the comment. I mean, dude, even in my like Twitter response video, most of the comments I brought up had a bunch of likes. I think there was only a few that had like less than 20. There's maybe like 2. I think 2 out of like the 10 comments or something. Most of them were ones in like the hundreds or like at least 50 or something, right? This for Twitter, 32 likes is fucking nothing. I mean, it's low ratioed, as they say, 433 responses. So, yeah, I mean, what the fuck, man? I think I'm just gonna skip this part because I already saw this part. Basically, so yeah, he talks about like, oh my god, people get fired, and then this is one where he strawmans the exploration is a lie by bringing up retards who were complaining about not being able to land on a gas giant. And here's the thing. Here's my counterpoint. Fair enough, you can't land on the surface of Jupiter, but remember in Halo 2 where they had those big floating like research bases during Arbiter's campaign? I believe that was a gas giant planet that you were in, like those floating. They were like Forerunner installations or something. I don't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure that was a gas giant. So why couldn't they just do something similar to that? Like, just have, like, planets, you can't land on the surface, but at least there's something there, or something. Not that it really matters, because the randomization is so bad anyway, that it honestly makes no difference to me if you can land on one planet or another planet if there's no worthwhile content in the first place. But I just think, like, just pointing out retards doesn't really help you. I mean, this is for Zoomer, like, dumb teenagers. I don't have to say Zoomer, you get the point. It's for teenagers who think pointing out idiots makes your argument stronger. That's just not how it works. Ashley, thanks for $5. Just wait till looking at hot takes is considered bullying and Actman gets in hot water legally. The Overton window is shifting so fast. Yeah, I mean, this should be bullying under YouTube's rules, but I'm not gonna like tell you to report it or anything. I'm just saying, like, you know, theoretically this might be against the terms of service, but. Alright, so this is about where I guess we'll go to PlayStation Fanboy Hot Takes, because I just don't want to listen to that part again.
I would get rightfully roasted for pointing out the ridiculousness of swimming so effortlessly with a 280-pound spacesuit on you.
Okay, this is not the shit you want to straw man. You want to, and I guess it's not a straw man because technically somebody said it, but it's not the dumb take you want to point out. You need to defend not being able to swim underwater. That is the real one. That is the real argument. Mott and Bailey, that's what I'm thinking of. Basically. Where it's like, okay, you're defending the easy position, which is, oh, it's not realistic to swim in water with a spacesuit. Who cares? You can't go underwater. That's a fucking... That matters. That's something that actually matters. Instead, we're talking about this.
Because it's a video game, so who cares? But everybody was so technical about landing physics not so long ago. Landing physics? Landing physics? You think you can't fly into the sun because of landing physics?
Yeah, that was one of them.
Attention.
Yeah, he brought up a tweet where someone said you should be able to land on the sun or something, which you should be able to, like, game over unconventionally. I think that would actually be a cool... Isn't that what people praise, like, the Metal Gear games for? That would have little details everywhere. Being able to, you know, fly toward the sun and then your ship incinerates would be funny. At least it would be, like, something memorable. So I wouldn't even say that's a bad argument necessarily.
We are now at DEFCON 3.
I'm getting a little worried now. Why?
Well, I'll tell you. If you believe such things,
There's a beast that does the bidding of the liberals. A fearsome creature with current-day tentacles that'll suction your face clean off and drag all your favorite media down to the crushing darkness. The pronoun. They say the wokeness of its breath is... Imagine. The last thing you know on God's green earth.
Just, I don't understand what's going on, man. I feel like referential humor has not evolved in the past, like, 15 years. Why are you referencing fucking Pirates of the Caribbean? You literally got a game over by bad decisions in Kingdom Come. I did. Yeah. I mean, that's like when I burned alive in the jail. That was, I liked that. I was not angry in the least. I liked it. It even got an achievement for it.
Earth is the roar of the pronoun and the reeking odor of 1,000 woke agendas.
If you believe such things.
But luckily we don't, and the pronoun is just an ancient myth. So this guy's like, why can you swim in water while wearing
What did that have to do
That's
with
not
anything?
realistic.
It's
Even
like
Oblivion.
it's like okay, so let me get this straight. The whole point of that Family Guy cutaway gag, because that's basically what that was, is just he's building up toward, you know, shit dunking on Az or whatever. By the way, I read the comments of people giving the context. That doesn't really matter because, like, the whole point of that section of my video was not to. The point wasn't really to say, like, he overreacted. Yeah, I did say that, but the point was basically, you know, I defend what he's saying in principle, but also these people hate me and they're not actually based. You know, it's basically, I basically said they're not based in much longer words. So people got hung up on that, but really they missed the point, I think, which is really that I, you know, don't care about any of them, about any of the fandom menace. They can go fuck themselves. No Bite 97, thanks for $5. Actman really likes the pirate movies. He's been spamming clips in all of his recent videos. It's kind of weird. He has to make up arguments in non-traversies because he doesn't want to admit he's outnumbered by the people who hate this game. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm pretty sure he was deleting comments because I remember looking down at the comments to this video, and not only are there not very many like highly upvoted comments, like if you go to my videos, like there's always at least a dozen comments that have in the hundreds of likes. This one is weird. Like we'll check it out. I'll just show you instead of describing, but we'll keep going for now.
You can swim 100 meters
I think he's
underwater
deleting
in full
comments.
Iron plate mail while swinging a sword without drowning. And guess what? You from your inventory to take it off, get out of the water, then re-equip your Starfield was 20 plus years in the making. So you get about an hour per year. Hashtag stay salty. No? No? Okay. We're good. Dude, homeboy just exposed himself as having never played an RPG before. F in the chat for this poor bastard who doesn't even know what a side quest is. Look at the way you fucking crop this. Look at how sneaky this is. Here's the real thing. What's that? 200 hours to complete everything? You see how they try to deceive their own.
Okay, well, I mean, that's probably fair, but at the same time, I feel like Actman's never played a JRPG because those games are usually mostly main story, and a lot of them are well over 21 hours, you know, but I guess we'll see if he brings that up. Probably not. But yes, I would say it's obviously dishonest that he's cropping the image.
This is so bad, I can't even believe this got green-lighted in this awful state. My God, why? Okay, I'll admit, this looks pretty bad. But you know what looks worse? Boom. The original creator of the video changed the game with console commands. This person stole said video without crediting them and omitted the info.
Whoa. You destroyed that guy without even touching him.
Attention.
Robert Camelli, thanks to the $2. Synthman, mods for Starfield Paradigm Shift. You mean like to fix the wokeness or to make it more over the top, like the Sam Hyde sketch, like the state enforced homosexuality stuff? I haven't really looked into the mods, I'll be honest.
We are now at DEFCON 2.
Oh God, no. Ladies and gentlemen, if the takes get too hot, take cover, click off this video, and save yourself. Gross. You can flirt with Sam Coe in Starfield. This is fine if you're a woman, but I always play as myself in a game.
The gaming Christian. Gee, I wonder why Actman picked up this guy. Do you think he would pick on the gaming Jew? No, I don't think anyone. It seemed to be very few Jewish people who put Jew in their name. Jew Wario is the only one I could think of off the top of my head, and he died, so you know.
Game. Ah, I see you too have decided to roleplay as a maidenless virgin. It's quite fun, isn't it? This also goes against the story, as Sam is a straight guy, just like yours truly. So why is the option there for males? There's a few things I really love about this. Number one, it comes from the Gaming Christian Twitter account, and he makes sure to mention twice that he's not gay. Tell me once, okay, cool, no problem. Tell me twice, now I'm skeptical.
You are gay.
My brother in Christ. My brother in literal Christ.
He doesn't believe in Christ. This guy doesn't believe in Christ. I guarantee it. XD66XD, thanks to 300 Uruguay and whatever. Snake shoots on knockout Ocelot. You've changed the future. Oh, the time paradox thing from Metal Gear Solid 3. You created a time paradox. Snake, you can't go changing the future like that. The game over is interesting. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, that was a good example of a non-standard game over. It's official. Liberals think if you say you're not gay, you're gay. Can I reverse psychology and say I'm gay and then they won't think I'm gay? There's no way out of being gay. Again, it's projection. Like,
nobody else controls the buttons on your controller except you. Can the hate for Starfield...
Wait. He's complaining there's an option. At least attack that point. That you just, again, he's not even addressing the tweet. The tweet said there shouldn't be an option to even get with Samco. That's not what, but, you know, whatever. I don't know. This is tiresome. I hate people arguing like this because it's just so fucking, it's so stupid. But again, he knows his audience is a bunch of retarded teenagers who are just looking for gotchas. That's why he keeps doing drama videos. I mean, like, for a while, I was sub to him just because I wanted to see if he said something stupid, but it's like, I can't even get through 5 minutes of any of his videos in, like, the past year. So it's like, if you wonder why I've never, like, talked about the Act-Man in a video, partially because I don't want to fish for drama to get myself banned, because, you know, that is a real risk at this point. But, the other reason is I can't even watch this guy's videos. They're fucking unwatchable. Let's be honest. Yeah, that's true, Zoomer Stasi. Like, with Gale, you just don't even have a choice. I love people gaslighting on V, you know, Discord trannies who are doing the gaslighting 100%. No, yeah, Gale will try to fuck you if you talk to him. Yeah.
Any more erect at this point? I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. PlayStation fanboy makes 1,000 accounts to review bomb Starfield on Metacritic.
Attention.
That's,
We are now at DEFCON 1.
that's hilarious.
Security
I mean, yeah, that is
active.
pretty pathetic, but it is funny at the same time.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's true. Starfield gives you the option to select 3 sets of pronouns in the character creator.
What? How can you do this?
This alone has caused mass hysteria, and to me, it sounds like a lot of... Sounds like a lot of hoopla to make over a little role-playing, right?
Wrong.
A lot of people have finally unlocked Ultra Instinct mode and gone full ham calling Starfield woke. They say it's pushing a hardcore liberal agenda and poisoning our precious media, our precious video games that we care so much about. Whether or not you think it is, you'd probably do a better job convincing people of this if you weren't frothing at the mouth.
Fucking current day Californian shit! If you want to play...
I mean, people get mad all the time on YouTube. I don't know. The issue... I know the context is removed, but regardless, the issue is not the level of anger. The issue is what the anger is about. People have been getting angry on the internet. Like, fucking, that is a classic of YouTube videos. I mean, does Actman like AVGN? Yeah, I know AVGN. I get it. It's basically a sketch. He's not actually, like, that mad at the video games. But the point is, getting angry on the internet is a fucking, like, time-honored tradition, you know? Spoonie, who certainly inspired my type of reviewing, got, like, insanely angry at Final Fantasy VIII, which is a game a shit ton of people like. Like, I just... The problem is, he's trying to pretend that this isn't about, you know, Az's appearance, when obviously it is. And you know what? I've insulted people's appearance many times in the past, but I don't try to sugarcoat it. I'm just going to say, you know, like, as I've said about Mahler many times, obese, autistic Welshman, you know, that is usually how I think about it. But I'm not going to pretend that's not the case. That's the difference. Like, I'm not going to act holier than thou about it. It is just insulting someone's appearance, effectively. Strone Inside Chart, thanks to $2. Actman is scaring me with his Sanpaku eyes. Yeah, well, you know. He's pretending he's not a leftist when he obviously is. So, yeah. When someone calls him out on going to Pride Parade, he made an excuse that his girlfriend dragged him to it. Yeah. Definitely put girlfriend in quotes. I agree. I'm with you.
Play, pick your pronouns, then you should have an option to not enter pronoun.
Yes, agreed 100%. The fact that they force you to do it is the problem. The fact that they force you to do it is the problem. The fact that they force you to do it is the problem. They're forcing you to do it.
Objection!
Show how it's optional. Okay, I will show how it's optional again if you want me to. Look, we can go through this again. There's me, king of pronouns. Confirm. Yep. Didn't have to pick my pronouns there.
Take that!
Okay, but that doesn't mean it's optional. I mean, I guess I have a neutral position on this, where, again, like, it's subtle propaganda. I'm not outraged about it because, like, in the pyramid of wokeness that is this fucking game, I am much more concerned with the boundless amount of women in power, the sheer diversity. And diversity doesn't describe it. It really is anti-white in a sense, where it's just like there's no fucking white people in space except in Constellation, which again is what all these retards are going to defend. I know if anybody of any of these big YouTubers responds to me, which they won't, but if they did, they're going to say, well, look at Constellation. Constellation's got like 4 white people in it or whatever. It's like, okay, now look at every other organization in the game. Every single other one. There's like 0 white people. I mean, it's mind-blowing, actually. Like, oh. Whatever. The point is, there's way more wokeness than the pronoun shit. And I don't know. The problem is, I can't lecture because me not being careful about my words on streams is what got me in trouble with the Phantom Menace in the first place. Not that I regret anything I said. I do not. If anything, it's just kind of like, it just shows you're not allowed to actually say anything, really. I should always watch what I say on streams. Don't talk about the Jews or whatever. Too late for that. There's about 1 million clips of that, even though I try not to bring it up for no reason. But the point is if people want to paint me as an anti-Semite, a sexist, a racist, a whatever, there's hours of clips of me on these streams. So it was only a matter of time till something like this happened, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's the point of what I'm saying. It's just like I feel like I'm forced to defend just because, like, I support what he's saying, I guess, even though these people hate me. So it's like, whatever. Having integrity is difficult, as you can imagine. Especially someone like me who has a short temper. So I'm like, I should be more spiteful than I am, but I suppose it's been almost a year. So I guess it's enough time. Fuck it, I might as well. We must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children. There you go. There, if anyone wants the 14 words.
Didn't have to pick him. Okay, so you shut the fuck up about it being forced? Can you, just admit that you're wrong about that?
They're forcing you to do it.
Liar! And you would have a...
But here's the thing, though. I mean, forced might be the wrong word. It's more like, they're really... The problem is that, again, the people on our team, they're not arguing from a position of strength. It's not that you're being forced to pick pronouns. It's that there's even an option for something other than what matches your biological sex, right? Is really what they're trying to say, but they know that doesn't sound so good. This is the problem. If the world was as blunt as me, I feel like we'd have so many fewer issues, but the problem is everything is a battle of optics. It's why when people keep bringing up to me that I need to, though I feel like these are always false flags or, you know, straight up feds, is when people tell me, oh, stop saying woke, say anti-white. It's like, you've already lost almost everybody the moment you say anti-white. I would love to say that. I would love to. But that's just not the world we live in right now. So I'm just going to stick with the position of strength, you know, if you don't mind. Yeah, I'm sure the Game Awards will be woke as fuck.
Better point of argument here if the game allowed you to skip the pronoun nonsense.
Objection!
So what? Do I have a better case now? Good. You wouldn't survive a COD lobby is out. You wouldn't survive Starfield character creation is in.
What are your pronouns? Skip. Because the game...
So, see, man, I'm actually kind of glad he brought that up because this is a very stupid, fucking annoying trend lately. So, these people are saying that the equivalent of, you know, a Call of Duty multiplayer lobby where the N-word is being said all the time, or the F-slur, is the equivalent of people being annoyed that there's pronouns in the game. I mean, it's not even the same fucking thing. This is what I'm talking about. Like, basically, they're trying... I hate this underhanded bullshit. It's making me annoyed and I can't even think straight. But essentially, they're trying to shut you the fuck up by making this false equivalence. It's not the same fucking thing in any way. It's kind of like when people try to imply that, like, you're really upset about something. You know, like, this is something you'll see on 4chan all the time where people, like, post, like, whoa, a soy jack of you. You know, like, this is you if you talk like that, right? It's that kind of thing where it's like, you're not allowed to complain about this because you're a fucking baby. You know, it's like when women call you man baby, that's what they're doing with this. And the problem is that as gay as it is effective because at the end of the day, they're just fighting over Zoomers' attention. That's what everybody's doing. Everyone's fighting over the Zoomers. I have probably, like, one of the highest percentage of, like, millennial audiences amongst any of these gaming channels at this point. I must have. Because why else would these people, like, constantly be doing, like, they're essentially appealing, I don't know if there's a rule for this, but it's like rule of cool sort of thing, where you're like, you're making an appeal to attractiveness, coolness, societal approval, or something. Yeah, essentially, there might be a term for that. But the point is, they're trying to make now the rightoids are the lame-os. That's a simple way of saying it, I guess. Yeah, I know some of you guys are Zoomers. I really mean, like, people under 20 is what I'm referring to. And I just fucking know that if it ever came to, like, a debate, and I brought this up to these people, they'd be like, oh, dude, here's my audience metrics. It says 90% of my audience is, 18 to 24. It's like, I don't even fucking believe that shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't believe audience metrics, I don't. Now, for my channel, I probably do, because I'm, blacklisted, but for those of these people that are in the wider algorithm, I think YouTube just lies about that shit so they don't get in trouble with the COPPA again. That's just my opinion. Mr. LHC6, thanks for $5. Or with the FCC, I mean, with COPPA, is that yeah, that's what I meant. Thanks for $5. The fact that Kanks in space look like they go to Walmart asking for diet water, it's insult to injury. The NPC character designs are ghetto trash. Yeah, they're horrific. Anthony BF2, thanks for $5. The Act Man throwing a tantrum makes a lot more sense if you dig back far enough and see he dated a trans freak. Yeah, I've seen people mention that before. Is that true? It's kind of crazy. Like, this motherfucker was grifting the whole fucking time. And he's still denying it, which obviously you kind of have to, because if you're like, Image is the dude bro gamer, and you're, defending leftist ideology that doesn't really fit your image, So,
understands that when you've picked the male character, you have male pronouns.
I think the first thing we need to look at here is the setting of the game. Starfield is set in the year 2310.
Oh, here we go.
It's definitely not far-fetched that people who go by they, them pronouns exist. You may
Okay, so Diesel Patches is another Globo homo defending. I know this guy, but I can't even remember from what. But so he's assuming that in 300 years, there's not going to be any backlash to any of this gender shit at all. We're going to keep progressing. You'd think in 300 years we would have fucking went extinct if leftist ideology kept pushing. Which, to be fair, I guess the fact there's almost no white people in Starfield is kind of implying that already. But no, actually, I would argue the complete opposite. The fact is 300 years in the future, you'd think we would have gotten over all this stupid fucking pronoun bullshit. How the fuck is that your defense? Like, you really think culture is going to be the same or worse in 300 years? How much time is 300 years? This guy's a fucking idiot. God damn. We're going to be dead. We're going to be dead by then if it keeps going this direction. I guarantee it.
Disagree with it, but at the end of the day, this is a very small detail that remains consistent with the setting of the game's world and doesn't break immersion.
You're right, because the setting is horrifically bad. It is just current year talking. I want these motherfuckers to watch my video. I really want these motherfuckers to watch my video because I want to see the bullshit they pull out their ass to try and counter the points I made in my video, because they're not going to see it because they don't have to. I mean, why would they? Why would any of these people watch my video? I mean, my effective outreach has been nerfed into the fucking ground. I'm never going to get a video with 1 million views ever again, that's for sure. So why would they ever address me if I'm basically irrelevant in the grand scheme of things? I'm preaching to the choir, right? No Bite 97, thanks for $5. Diesel did say out loud that he's against kids transitioning, though. Well, I wouldn't trust him if he's, you know, siding with... like, if he is doing a segment... I don't know if that was for a different video and Actman just referenced him. But all I have to say is, if you capitulate to these people at all, you know, give them an inch, they take a mile. That is something we've observed for the past decade easily. 300 years of preserving California politics when Earth is dead because of science. Yeah. In the Chud Reich, all Shardies will be forced to watch Synthler's speeches. Yeah, don't make excuses for these people. Listen, I hate to say it, but there's no centrists anymore. There just are not. I mean, you're allowed to have whatever opinions you want within these spectrums or whatever, at least within the right-wing spectrum, in my opinion. As long as you proved yourself to actually be on our team, that's really the big thing. You have to sort out who's actually right-wing from the grifters, which seems to be pretty difficult these days. Michael Morbius, thanks for the $5. Wouldn't humanity branching out to different planets cause them to have different societal changes in ecologies, meaning different than Earth's? Not in Starfield. Nope. That's why that's the only part of Diesel Patch's point that I agree with, but for the wrong reason. Because you're right. In the world of Starfield, absolutely do believe in pronouns. Oh yeah, for sure. In that universe, that doesn't make it okay. Fuck that shit. Are you kidding me?
Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity!
This isn't like Elder Scrolls where the setting is medieval times. A they-them setting for that game wouldn't make any sense considering the world is built around a time period where the request for a preferred pronoun wasn't a thing.
Exactly. Starfield takes place in the future, so he has to think people expressing themselves in a way that is not...
Yeah, the horse fucker. Let's reference the dog fucker who dresses as a horse. Sorry, I got that twisted. What a good guy to pull from, Act Man. I mean, Jesus, like the degenerate squad be pulling up today. Yeah. Pull up now. Someone pull up the horse costume. Pull up the wine the fuck dogs. Yeah, good. Nice job, Act Man. Are you really? You're hanging out with the best that YouTube has to offer. I see. Man. Gibby Gaming, thanks for $5. How do you know if you're blacklisted? Because I have a video with high watch time, but the click-through rate dipped after 8 hours. And it's difficult, but in my case, it wasn't all that difficult because my metrics dropped off a cliff between late November and like late January. So, I mean, for me, it was kind of more clear when your monthly views and monthly subscribers went down like 80%. Like, I barely get any new subs anymore. So that's a pretty big indicator. Mr. LHD6, thanks to $2. Elder Scrolls 6 will have pronouns guaranteed. Oh, yeah. I mean, we'll see if any of these people, assuming they're still alive and haven't died of AIDS or something, will they defend that point? Okay, we gotta keep going.
Traditional gender.
Your movie sucks like Sfuda.
That is a
well,
phase,
broken
and
clock
it
can
won't
be
exist
right
in the year
twice a day.
2030. That's insane.
No, being a Coomer is not okay.
Future,
Being a Coomer is not
gene
okay.
Therapy and genetic modification will have gone so far that not even the most conservative will be able to say that there are two genders. If you
Holy shit, this fucking retard. Oh my god. These guys get paid, and remember, I want to remind you, Asmongold is owned by a larger company, the Knight Media Group, I believe it's called, which also owns Hassan, by the way. So I'm glad these guys are spreading propaganda to children. You know, let's just brainwash the next generation. This is why I say we're fucked. Well, it doesn't matter if it's Zoomers, Gen Alpha, whatever. Until right-wing people actually, you know, start creating art and start controlling messaging in some way, how the fuck are we going to compete? It's just not going to happen. Daniel, thanks for $5. In Dead Space remake set in the year 2508, they still have the trans symbol on the bathroom signs. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's like... Okay, here's Asmongold. Here's a counter argument for your retarded point. If there is body modification that extensive, why would trans even exist? Why wouldn't they just say, I'm a woman, and they would have a perfectly functional vagina and breasts or whatever, and unless you're going to get a DNA test to check their chromosomes, how are you going to know, right? Why would trans even exist? Now, of course, I'm not advocating for that, but, like, just to play devil's advocate, I guess, for the pronoun thing, I would argue that the advanced technology would actually mean there's no necessity for the trans term at all, and that gender is just, you know, a symptom of mental illness, at least, especially any of the gender identifications that are not, you know, he or she. Any of those other options are just straight up like, I'm seeking attention, give me attention. Like, I just, this is so fucking stupid, man. And, like, again, this is why I hate. People think it's good, but it's not. People think it's good to be like, oh, here's my support for my argument. Here's a bunch of other famous people you know. Okay, if I pull up like 10 celebrities telling you to get vaxxed, does that mean like you should get vaxxed? Some of these fucking idiots on this planet would probably say yes. And that's why it's over. It's fucking over, dude. I'm not convinced. I'm not fucking convinced. Ashley, thanks to $2. Game's so bland, peeps talking pronouns instead. Yeah. Yeah, you guys know the real context to the I'm not convinced clip. I had to cut out the early context because it'd make me look like a real psycho instead of it being like just a joke part in the video.
You think that things are weird now. Just wait until they actually figure out how DNA works.
I mean, this is...
It's funny because none of that's in the game. He's just saying this hypothetically, but as someone who's played Starfield, as far as I know, they don't even bring that shit up at all. Even the fucking, the female clone, they just changed it from, like, a man to a woman as it was, like, a zygote or something, I'm assuming, or maybe even as, like, a sperm. However the fuck it works, they didn't, like, change a fully adult male into a female. At least they don't say that in the dialogue. I don't know, it was a little vague. Marky Mark, thanks to $2. Can Biden just fall asleep on the button already? Yeah, please. Please.
Really just an option for role-playing purposes.
Well, if it's never brought up...
I mean, that's the only thing I agree with Actman on. That's the only thing I'll agree with him in this whole fucking diatribe is the purpose of it is to have an additional option to cater to the 0.1% of players that will use it. That's it. That's all that had to happen for this section of the video, but instead, we had to... This turned into a brainwashing section, because that's every fucking thing. That image of the fucking cat with the tinfoil hat, and it's like, I wake up, there's another psyop, and it's just a circle. That's my fucking life. The new guy in red, thanks to $2. I'm vaccinated and I'm fine. Give it time. Give it time. And you might not be fine in the head. How could we know? How could we know what you were like before you got vaxxed? I mean, just like the ship of Theseus, I mean, your cells are being replaced. You're a completely different person. Who knows if the vax affected who you are? You could be a fucking NPC as far as we know. Who knows? Just throwing it out there. Solar, thanks $5. In your Jim Sterling video, you joked we need food as immortal. What? Are you gaslighting? What are you talking about? It said your audience might think you're a degenerate for that. It was just a cry for help. Did I actually see that in my Jim Sterling video? Is gaslighting happening? There's no way I'm going through that video. That video's like an hour long. Ryan Chi, thanks $2. Current state of gaming dialogue. The guy goes on a leftist gets over it. Well, let's make it through this. I kind of want to finish this now. I might skip around depending on, because like he talks about, look at how long this is about fucking pronouns, man. Like I feel like at least Az's clip is like what? It's like a minute, 2 minutes maybe at the most. This is over 6 minutes of the video. Like god damn, let's just make it stop. Oh yeah, he's gonna defend the bathroom thing. I see it. I see it. Oh yeah, the coffee mug. I didn't even see it. I know. I saw one of you guys bring it up. I didn't see it. If I had footage of it, I probably would have brought it up.
Why do you even have to pick the pronoun?
Now, what? You know, then you would have a bit more of a case for the game being.
Oh shit!
You like a subset when you.
Oh my god, he's referencing Vosh. He's pulling a clip of Vosh, dude. Okay. How many times have we heard things that we talk about are a right-wing dog whistle? How is posting a clip of Vosh not a far-left dog whistle, dude? That's exactly what a fucking dog whistle is. The only people who ever reference Vosh are either one communist or likely also a pedophile. So I guess Actman is a communist pedophile now? I guess. I mean, allegedly. Because it's a dog whistle, right? Dog whistle for being a communist pedophile. Actman's pedophile, I guess. Allegedly, of course. But you saw it here. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying, you know. Allegedly, of course, in Minecraft and Roblox. But, you know. Why would you bring up a Vosh clip? I want that answer. Again, it's not like he's going to see this or ever respond to this, but, you know, if there's anyone lurking for Twitter clips, you know, if you could ask Actman why he would reference the communist pedophile, I would appreciate a response.
Or a living Wojak. When you are like
oh my god, imagine this guy calling someone a living Wojak. They're both Wojaks. In fact, there's already Vosh Wojaks. I've seen them. There are Vosh Wojaks. This is fucking... They can't meme, so they just take our memes. That's all this is. And you know what? Az is a Wojak. You know, he is. He's North FC. He's the... Which is, I don't think is really technically a Wojak, but he's the North FC meme is what he is. So... I can't watch this. I hate Vosh. He's fucking... I feel like we need to bring up, even though it was the only good video that guy ever made, I feel like we need to bring up the Vosh's unironically evil video, and someone should send that to Actman, make him watch it, and see if he has any thoughts about it. Probably not. Probably not. I have the video saved, because I think it... actually... what the fuck? The Canadian cuck guy. What the fuck's his name? Short Fat Otaku. He has the video re-uploaded. If you want the Vosh's unironically evil video.
Set of the soy jack. We're playing game. We're just having a grand old time. Meanwhile, people on the right are literally creating new soy jacks live, getting angry at this over pronouns.
I think Bethesda's agenda only goes...
So I want to just... I know I keep pausing the video, but like... let's see. Let's see if there's any negative comments. As you can see, I've already gone through and disliked some of these because people are just, you know, ignoring the actual content of the video, like bot tier comments, you know. Like, what does this have to do with anything? This is like a joke. Like, this is... I mean, if you're saying you can land on a gas giant Warframe, that sounds like a legitimate criticism of the game that is being disguised as a joke because you can't criticize the video. But let's see, is there anything actually critical of Actman here despite the... let me just remind you, this underreports dislikes. I can show you mine to prove that the dislike extension underreports dislikes, so it's actually even more than that. But are there any, let's see, can I find any comments being critical of Actman here? This one seems vaguely critical, but it only has 14 likes. See, blah, 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 blah. It's too many words, though. Too many words. Let's see. No. Say, and look at how many likes these have, by the way, too. 11, 40, 9, 10. Here's a 7,500 one. 4, 0 likes. 4 likes, 166. How many views does this have? 808,000. Now, I could kindly show you my 120,000 view video, how the top, like, 30 comments are all in, like, the hundreds of likes. But, you know, this video with way more views, it's weird. Any comments that might have been critical of Actman aren't here. It's kind of weird. Where are they? Why can't I find them? Oh, here's one. Look who's on a bankroll from Bethesda's Merch Guild. I guess he stopped deleting comments because it's a recent one, 14 hours ago. Let's see, how old is this video? 3 days, yeah, so maybe he stopped deleting comments. Let's see. Yep, still 1 like, 2 likes, 1 like, 0 likes. There's a 1,500. 0 likes, 2 likes, 0. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, if sort by newest, I bet we can find some. Let's get some negative comments in there. If you haven't unsubbed for Latina Parfait, yeah, you just commented this as we were watching. I because you're in this chat. That's funny. That's funny. I'll give you a like. Yep, there you go. Yep, he's pretty pathetic. I agree. Worried it's a slippery slope for more woke BS. Pronouns are in the Skyrim. Yeah, fair point. It's your best video. Funny. I would myself anti-woke. Not playing that thing. Sure, why not? Alright, whatever. Anyway, let's... maybe I can make it through one more point. I think we need to skip past this pronouns thing. The fact he fucking had a clip from Vosh. And he's clearly deleting comments. Why the hell do people get away with deleting comments these days? I swear that used to be a thing that people, like, freaked out about if YouTubers did. Makes me wonder why I don't delete comments, because I could certainly get away with it.
Greater discussion of leftist political agendas infecting all sorts of media. I mean, go ahead and have that discussion. It's definitely happening in some places, but it's not here in Starfield. Wait!
Yeah, there's definitely no left-wing agenda in Starfield. None at all. I wish I had my video up here and I could just be like, oh, let's skip to the part where there's no white people, there's 1 million girl bosses, you know, the ambiguously possibly trans female clone. You know, none of that, though. That's not woke.
Oh, shit! Look at this woke coffee mug I just found.
Yeah, retard. You're gonna tell me that's not woke? Let's go back to what that. Let's read that again.
Oh shit! Look at this.
Never apologize for being a powerful fucking woman. That's not woke now. Like, this fucking dude. I just love how people will tolerate someone spitting in your fucking face. That's what this video is. It's spitting in your face. Imagine if I made a video and I was just... Imagine if in the Baldur's Gate review, I was like, it's a fucking masterpiece. All you are a bunch of man babies. It's not woke at all. I mean, what? It's got a powerful woman in it? What? Oh, a dude wants to have sex with you? What are you, a fucking bigot? You loser? You fucking incels? I mean, that's what this is. That's what this fucking is, dude. Like... But no, retarded parasocial children watch this and will get spit in their fucking face and they'll be like, Daddy, give me more. I hate children. I hate them. The new guy in red, thanks $2. Are you afraid of getting stepped on by a whoopee? Anyway, so, you know, I'm just saying, guys, I'm just saying. It was never that based. Like, I believe it was Endemi on TV when I watched this video. He was like, I thought Act-Man was one of the more based ones. And I'm like, not really. Not really. It was only ever as based as maybe, how based I would consider Fleekazoid to be, which is only, like, shitting on things that are obviously bad. When you shit on things that are halfway decent but are flawed, but you still acknowledge the good things. Sometimes I struggle to do that, to be fair, but if you are critical of things that could certainly be improved, that's based to me, at least for talking about video games. That's the based to me. Obviously pointing out the woke shit is too, but you know what I mean. Like, being a critic in this day and age is based compared to everyone else. Thanks to $2. This dude's a piece of discarded gum. Yeah.
Woke coffee mug I just found. You guys, this is so much worse than the woke toilets in the Dead Space remake. I would rather shit my pants than take a dump in one of those. If you're trying to say this is woke, couldn't this also just be evidence that there's some corporation or company manufacturing coffee mugs with feminist ideals in Starfield? So in that sense,
yes.
Is the world more realistic and similar to ours? So what's next?
Yes. What porn are you trying to make?
Wait a second, why is Asmon in the script of this hot takes video? He couldn't possibly have... Oh no.
I have no problem, by the way, with this.
What? He didn't even make a point. Act-Man... What? Something being realistic doesn't make it not woke. These people don't even fucking know what the word means. This is why I tried to tell you. This is why I defined it. I swear to God, I gotta define it in like every video now, because I just want people to start asking, like, how would you define woke? What do you think it is? And then when they give the objectively wrong answer, then I can call them a retard and then tell them the real answer. Because you know, first of all, they won't be able to define it. They won't. Because to acknowledge what it means would then basically be admitting you're wrong objectively about your take. Because woke is any progressive ideology at all. And it being real when this fucking coffee cup is obviously progressive ideology, I mean, you're wrong. I mean, you're just objectively wrong if you think that's not woke. That is woke. Richard Hamble, thanks $2. Curious what you think of Sean Strickland. I feel like I've heard that name before, but I don't remember who that is. Anthony BF2, thanks $5. How many troons does it take to change a light bulb? 41% of the time you can ask them to do it while they're up there. Sleeping Amps, so thanks $5. Dead Space bathrooms have no doors in the stalls, and some of them have showers. There's a sexual assault lawsuit waiting to happen. Well, I'm sure in the 2500s, everyone's dick has been chopped off anyway. It's a mystery how we survived that long. So I'm just saying, you know. So let's see how is Asmongold's very I'm sure it's like the lightest, edgiest take. You know, there's no edge to it all. It's perfectly reasonable. How is perfectly reasonable opinion is fucked up.
This kind of stuff, but I think that if you want to add messages in like this, especially whenever you have like pirates and stuff like that, why is it not possible that you can have like, you know, a space pirate with an Andrew Tate t-shirt? It says on it like all women are bad or something.
Yeah, that would be base.
And so
that
I
would
think
be
this
base.
is fine, but it's just that you know, the one-sidedness of it makes it takes it from being an escapist experience and it just turns it into bullshit.
The one-sidedness of it. Asmon, every single person in this game owns a firearm. They have armed security.
What? This point doesn't make sense. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How is... What? Okay. This actually gave me a headache, how little this makes sense. How is women owning firearms make it not woke? What? He's just taking the phrase one-sided literally? This... is Ackman retarded? This actually doesn't make any sense. I gotta listen to the rest, I guess. Well, we'll see if this comes to a point.
In every single city, even in the bars of vacation resorts on Paradiso. I became a revolver-slinging deputy that used lethal force on the guilty and innocent alike. How much more like Texas do you want it to be? They got
What? Oh no. Yeah, he is retarded. Okay. So he thinks because all the NPCs have guns, that makes the game right-wing. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, so we are now arguing that game mechanics, like common sense game mechanics, are based. Like, an enemy can defend themselves. It's a right-wing game. Oh man, oh man. How is that in any way equivalent to a dude wearing an Andrew Tate shirt? Oh. This video's so dumb. This video's so dumb, dude. It still has like 60,000 likes or something. What the fuck, man? His audience is straight up retards, man. Again, in the synthetic regime, all these kids would, at the very least, their nuts would be chopped off. Because it's like, I'm sorry, you're dysgenic, clearly. If you watch the Act Man, you're not as human as the rest of us. I'm not convinced! But, seriously, of course, I'm being completely ironic. Of course, I would never sterilize, humans, ever. I would never do that. But, no, I would never, no. No, I wouldn't think that. But, see, in my eyes, that's what real right-wing is. The totalitarian faction that has sterilized all of the random ugly civilians. Now that maybe would come close to the coffee cup. Even then, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Captain OVG, thanks for the $5. Strickland is that one UFC fighter you watch clip of. He's the base guy saying some stuff. He recently became the middleweight champ. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, I think he's based, right? If I remember the clip. I saw.
cowboy hats too, man. Never thought I'd show Asmongold in a hot takes video.
What about showing your friend in a hot takes video?
I could do that. You're a loser! Being upset that a development team is mentally ill.
That is true, though.
Spreading their
That's a base comment.
illness to the customers is valid. Imagine if they asked at the beginning of the game if you wanted to kill yourself. Okay, so this is what
that would be
people
funny.
See when a game gives them an option to select their gender or sex or pronouns.
Yep, here we go. I saw this fake take again. They're not asking you. First of all, you notice how he bundled together pronoun and gender and sex. Yep, those are all the same thing. You fucking retard. Second of all, this is obviously asking you your sex. Apparently, choosing if you want to be a man or a woman in a video game is the same thing as choosing if you want to be called an otherkin, a fucking Apache helicopter, to bring up an old joke. You know, it is an old and tired joke, but the point still stands. If I want to choose to be an Apache helicopter, that's the same thing as whether I want to play as a boy or a girl. Like, they didn't watch this. There's no way a human watched this fucking video all the way through. This is the weakest take yet here. There is no defending this. It's stupid if you think about it for even 2 goddamn seconds. Musty Krusty, thanks to $10. Bro, as soon as Act-Man got a girlfriend, he switched up crazy. Can't believe he's seen nothing woke in the game. His boyfriend, you mean? I don't believe that it's a woman. We need to see her OnlyFans first. That she should have. She's a liberated woman, so why not have an OnlyFans, right? I mean, Act-Man's not a bigot. He should show his girlfriend's pussy, I think, so we can verify it's real. I think that's a good argument. Be liberated. Sweeping Hamster, thanks for $5. Pokemon doesn't even ask if you're a boy or girl anymore. You now choose your appearance. That's true. I know, because Nintendo, specifically Pokemon Company, has an ESG page. So I'm just saying. Yeah, exactly. The act man was always a grifter. He was acting right wing the entire time. Exactly. Listen, I said it. You know, people can call me a schizo, but anybody. This is why I said in my first Gaming is Dying video, I believe. But basically, anybody who's gonna review a bunch of fucking Call of Duty games back to back is just riding the algorithm for money, dude. Now, is that necessarily evil? No, but it does. That is grifting to a degree. If let's say after I made my Far Cry 6 review, I reviewed Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, Far Cry 5, and just rode that algorithm wave to get a bunch more money. That's kind of grifting, basically, in a sense. I mean, I guess you're not really deceiving anybody, but you're milking as much ad revenue instead of doing what you want to do. You know, it's like anti-art in a sense. It really is making like videos as a product only. The Gym, thanks for $5. Leftists have decreed that words are meaningless. So I'd like to wish chat Gulf Water, Koala, Cloister Fork, and 2 cheeks. but Pinochet did nothing wrong. That was something. I'm just saying, there's no way. You can't convince me anybody saw this part. And he stole this from Twitter, by the way, because on V, I saw someone post this, the original Twitter screen cap. But, like, I'm serious, this doesn't stand up to scrutiny for more than 2 seconds. Apparently, choosing your pronouns is now the same as choosing if you want to play as a male or a female in a game. Apparently, if you get a choice at all, you know what, actually, if we're advocating to not let you play as women anymore in video games, I say based. Let's fucking go. Let's go. I'm in. 100%. Get rid of this too. Throw it all in the trash, pendulum swing the other direction, only men, only masculine dialogue choices, women are all weak and pathetic in the games. I say based, I say take this clip and post it on Twitter, I don't give a shit. I think that'd be awesome. Anyway. So I'm just saying, this is a bad argument, dude. It's a bad argument, but it doesn't matter because we're owning the rightoids, dude. The rightoids are cringe now. And that was kind of my point. It was kind of my point. I had 2 points. This was the lesser point, granted. But spurging out about the pronouns, even without the context, I feel like in your rant, you should probably at least include the other woke elements, but I know why. I know exactly why. Again, this is why I don't like the Phantom Menace so much. They're not allowed to talk about race issues. Somebody wrote in a comment, as apparently was, someone even said, like, wanted to become romantically interested in the Hadrian character, and it's like, really, dude? Really? I mean, I've seen some, like, hot black chicks. She was not one of them. So, I'm just saying, like, the Phantom Menace won't talk about the race issues, so he has to hit on the pronouns, and to a lesser extent, they'll talk about girl bosses or whatever. So, that, again, it just kind of, it was easy to make fun of. It was easy to make fun of. There's another YouTuber that responded to Eggman, countering him with other evidence from the Eggman himself. I want to check it, though you don't like the group he's part of. I could. You can just give me... It's fine. What about a game where you control the only male and every other character, be they ally, neutral, or enemy, is female? Where would that be on the spectrum? I would love to see that concept, as long as, you know, you don't actually have to have sex scenes, but just have, like, fade to black romance stuff in it. I think I'd be fine playing as the only male, and then everyone is female, and that's, like, built into the plot. But the message of the game has to be that, essentially, society collapsed with it only being women, or society is, like, fundamentally broken in some way, and then you as the man fixes all the problems in the world. Now, that would be amazing. Like, that would be, like, I would shill that game harder than you've ever seen me shill a video game. Because that's, you know, you gotta counter it somehow. You gotta counter their shilling. So, I'm just saying. No, I'm not getting on Twitter. I'd get banned, dude. I wouldn't be able to control myself. I can't control myself on these streams. If YouTube saw these streams, this channel would be gone tomorrow. So, maybe we should just watch this other video. I don't know. I don't even want to see this stupid shit, man. This is so fucking cringe. God, this sucks. And again, it's not like these people are ever going to see my video. They're not. I would love I love how DBDR is at the top of my recommended. Not a good look. Whatever. I find the stories entertaining. It's true, I technically have a Twitter, but I haven't used it in years. He called Neurotic and Phantom Menace the sweetest people in the world. Who is this YouTuber? But who's the guy who responded to Ackman? We can watch that for a couple minutes. Told me as a new video. I saw the pronouns in space. Is it a new one? 1 second. I'm not sure I want to show my recommended to you guys again. Even though you guys have already seen it multiple times. Let me see. Yeah, I probably already saw it. The pronouns in space, yeah. I commented on it, actually. My comment was like the top comment for a little bit. You people shilling martial arts. Like, go fucking... Never mind. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with martial arts. But people shilling it, like, that's your whole personality, bro. It's tiresome. What was the channel? I don't even remember. Holy shit, my views skyrocketed just because I'm shitting on Actman. 700 people. I guarantee there's people farming for clips in here. I look forward to seeing them in the morning, cowards. But, you know, it'll be fine. This video's fucking... maybe we'll finish it. Since 700 people. Somehow I picked up... I'm seeing from 1:30 something a.m. to now, I picked up... I almost doubled in viewership. So I might as well finish the fucking video then. Clearly this is what you guys want to see, so... fuck it. We'll do it. I'm a crowd pleaser. Again, it's boy or girl. That's not even pronouns. That's so base. Low tier god telling him. He's fucking telling him.
Political radical weirdos in the Western gaming industry staining it.
You know he picked this one because there's a refund in it. That's a threat to his Bethesda paycheck, dude. Gotta shame people getting refunds.
Ideological clown world bullshit. What should first and foremost be an escape from it? Back to Skyrim. What? You're going back to Skyrim? That woke leftist nonsense that forces you to pick a race at the start? God, what a fucking libtard,
oh
man.
My god, what a fucking idiot. Holy shit. Now we're pretending pronouns and species, by the way. Species. It's just colloquially... Oh, that's embarrassing. Colloquially... fuck it, you get the word. It is more commonly called race in Dungeons and Dragons, which is why it's called, you know, race in Elder Scrolls. It's species because Argonians and Khajiit are, and even elves aren't human, neither are orcs. None of those are human. There's only, what, like 3 humans amongst the Elder Scrolls races? So what, species is woke now, is what this retard is trying to own the rightoids with? This straw manning's so stupid. It's so stupid. Because it's clear gay ass shilling. That's all it is. It's shilling for the gays. It's the gay mafia shit. That's what it is. I mean, Argonians aren't human. That's not is that even based? That's just a fact. It's just straight up a fact. D-Day Cobra. Cobra Cast 199. Are you selling me something now? You selling me something? I feel like I'm being sold a product. Yeah, no one called Skyrim woke. It's just a straw man, because that's how they have to win arguments. There's two ways to win an argument for a leftist. Straw man and mock your opponent in some way, whether it's call him an incel or a man baby or whatever. And that's exactly what he did. He's going to claim he's not left-wing when he's doing every goddamn trick in their book. Every single one. But again, like, are there going to be consequences? I mean, I'm sure some people unsubbed. I know, people who were in my comment section said they unsubbed. But will it be enough for it even to matter? Probably not, because, like, at the end of the day, this is about money for these people. If he was paid, which, there's a pretty good chance he was paid, then why would he ever, like, apologize? And if he wasn't paid, why the hell is he shilling for this shit? I mean, I kind of always knew his taste was on the dog shit side of things, but I don't know, man. Starfield's pretty fucking boring, dude. If you just watch my video, that's the funny thing. If any of these motherfuckers watch my video, it'll be funny to see them skip to like the 35-minute mark, because that's about how long it takes for me to start like talking about woke shit. Are they just gonna ignore the first 35 minutes where I point out how fucking like terrible the game is in like several ways? I find it funny too, because he had a couple short clips in this video of him gunning down like civilians. And I feel like if the clips kept playing, we'd get to see a few essential NPCs in there, which I'm sure, just ignore that. Ignore the guys who can't be killed, because that doesn't support my narrative. I'm just saying, man. I hate this video. It's so fucking bad.
So what? You see how easy it is to turn your grift against you? You see
Not,
how easy it is
no?
to imitate it? I don't like ideology in my games. Now let me go back to the video game that has themes of imperialism in it.
Okay, so again, this is another one where, first of all, New Vegas is woke, according to me. So this doesn't counter my argument. I actually do think New Vegas is woke, because half the NCR military is female. That's pretty fucking progressive, I'd say. And retarded, for that matter. And it's not just that. I mean, there's other things. I mean, they specifically go out of their way to show how badass one of the female rangers is in the Legion camp. It's funny how when you know the game very well, you can name certain things. But anyway, regardless of this, that doesn't apply to me. Nah, I'm tired. I'm tired. Let's just keep going. I'm never gonna finish this video because I feel like I have to. This is EFAP. I'm doing a one-man EFAP right now. I guess I am a hypocrite after all, because I'm pausing just to address the idiocy. It's funny because Actman has been on EFAP, and I think they even supposedly like him. I wonder if he's going to be blacklisted from EFAP now for making fun of, Az, since, Az is one of the higher-ups on the Phantom Menace. I know it's not really a hierarchy, but he's one of the more well-known members, we'll say. I mean, the real BBC is a podcast where Az and Mauler are both there. So I wonder if Actman will ever be on EFAP again. That'll be interesting. Yeah, I know Skyrim has some of this shit too, but New Vegas is actually worse about it because they went out of their way for certain shit. Like I was saying about the Legion thing. Anyway. I'm getting tired of talking. I'm going to have to keep it. I'm just going to have to keep silent, let him get through a point or two, then maybe counterpoint, because otherwise I'll never finish the last 8 minutes of this video. Or 7 minutes. Oh, I remember my original point. So now he's doing the left-wing popular thing of everything is political. Okay. So because New Vegas has politics in it, that's shoving ideologies down your throat. Okay. Okay. See, here's the thing. Like I said, I don't even care as much about the pronoun thing. So I feel like to a degree, I have to almost play devil's advocate to pretend to care more than I do. But things existing is not forcing it down your throat. The fact that, it's not just the pronoun slider, by the way. It's the female walk cycle, which I'm shocked didn't come up at any point. But I guess you only need to counter things that are brought up, right? because don't ever debate fairly. Not that this is a debate, since it's a gay ass response video, but you know, you get the point, right? Like, giving a male body type, which by the way, body type, that in and of itself was a thing. You have body type, you have walk cycle, and you have pronouns. So those three things together, that's not woke at all. I don't know, man. I'm getting tired. Ashley, thanks $2. Remember when we'd throw axe wounds off buildings? I don't think there were axe wounds back then, but the gay people were thrown off buildings. That much is true. Armstrong fan, thanks to $5. The female ranger in the Legion camp, the guard said she killed 3 veterans with her bare hands. Very cringe. Yes, and the reason bare hands stands out is because they are fights to the death with machetes. Now let's see people pretend that that's not woke, yeah? But again, nothing's woke if you like the game. Again, and that's what makes me not a hypocrite, in that I said Baldur's Gate is very woke, but I still enjoyed the game regardless.
I almost refunded my game when Starfield asked me for pronouns.
It's funny how he's now brought up multiple tweets where people mention they refunded. Again, you know, to bring up his argument about the not gays, reference a not funny Red Letter Media meme. This is the... It is weirdly suspicious how he keeps bringing up tweets where people talk about refunds. I'm just saying, the shill man, the shill man over here, him and G-Man lives, the ultimate a duo, the ultimate like salesman power couple.
Might.
Now you'd be right to stick a beer in your mouth and mind your own damn business, because I don't put up with this sort of drama.
They really do treat pronouns like some mythical monster coming to swallow them whole. So at this point, I feel like you guys have officially lost the plot. I feel like people on the right don't realize that they have done to the...
Alright, time to bring up a meme. It was about time. Hopefully I can phrase this properly. Soy Teen Jacker, thanks $2. Thoughts on Sargon's take? I actually don't think I saw Sargon's take. Maybe we can watch that after this, since this is... I'll go to bed after this since it's 3 a.m., but we might as well make it through this. Let's see. The problem is Google censors memes, so I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I found it. That was easier than I thought, actually. Alright, just give me a second. I have to pull it up on the stream, or you guys won't be able to see it. But I think I'll just put it next to Actman as he talks, because I think it's this is you'll see what I mean in a second. You'll see what I mean. Let's see. I have to make it smaller just so that he's talking, and then this is next to him at the same time. Hopefully you can read that.
The monster coming to swallow them whole. So at this point, I feel like you guys have officially lost the plot. I feel like people on the right don't realize that they have done to the word woke what the left did to the words sexist and racist. Rob them of almost all their original meaning.
What do you think woke means?
Shifted.
All right, time to, again, in a Vosh quote, like, one of the most far left people on the internet is your, give me your example of how the right wing lost the plot. I mean, holy shit, have some self-awareness, dude. Do you think people don't know who Vosh is? I mean, again, maybe his child audience doesn't, but I feel like it was bad enough having one Vosh clip. Having 2 is like, dude, I mean, I get it. You're a pedophile act, man. I know. Allegedly in Minecraft. Vincent, thanks $5. At the end of the day, Starfield is a meh game, even if there was no Marxist propaganda. The game has a bunch of other issues that are being overlooked. Oh yeah, I know. This pronouns thing was a very convenient deflection from the game's many legitimate problems that have nothing to do with wokeness. There's many problems that have nothing to do with wokeness. My definition is a bit broad. What's your definition, Savage Mammon? Give me yours. And then I'll point out the problem with it and exactly why my definition's broad. There's a reason why I do the things I do. Believe it or not, I think the things I do through sometimes. Now, the things I say on this stream, oh fuck no, I don't think about that. I just say shit and then I get in trouble. But but that's one of the things I thought over pretty well. Pretty well. So yeah, the woke equals antichrist. There you go. That's my definition. I'm just saying. All right, I don't see the response. Anyway, the point is, it's any progressive ideology. That's what wokeness is. So, the problem with woke is that nobody knows what it fucking means. If it was used properly, again, ironically, on some level, I agree with what Actman's saying, but for a completely different reason. I agree woke has been horribly misused and overused, which is why a lot of people don't want to hear it anymore, but it's like, shit, man, incel's been around for at least several more years and is still used daily as an insult, and I don't see people stopping that anytime soon, so until a better one comes around, we're stuck with woke, I guess. I mean, SJW was like the old, even though it's obviously it's a slightly different meaning, referring to a person instead of like a broader concept, but SJW was like the catch-all term for leftists, My definition of woke is any ideology that came up from post-Second World War Jews who pushed for civil rights in the West. Yeah, I mean, that's probably a pretty good one. The problem is nobody's going to agree. I just say it's progressive leftism. That's what wokeness is. Just say, Yeah, leftists don't know what it means, including Actman. Actman keeps saying it's overused to the point of, it means nothing. But to me, it always just meant this is a left-wing product for left-wing people. That's what a woke thing is, right? That never changed for me from the beginning, because I thought that was the point. Part of the problem is that, people are not noticers. They're not noticers. And so, because they don't notice, they say, I'm stretching shit. But like God of War Ragnarok had plenty of subversion, even if you don't agree with every point I made, okay? The only time I've said that it was really a stretch was like some of the Tears of the Kingdom stuff. But like I said, I kind of said it for jokes. But obviously Twitter didn't like the joke. It was half joking, like a Sam Hyde type of thing. The Nesca, thanks for €5. Quoting Vosh 2 times in a row equals he's a Vosh fan for sure. Yeah, a Vosh fan who will claim he's not left wing. That's a new one. It's a new one.
With who is the SJW?
You guys use the word woke too liberally. That's a funny pun. Like when people call someone a fascist, my first instinct is just to assume the exact opposite. Because unfortunately...
One second. I have to rewind that again with this meme.
Fascist, my first instinct is just to assume the exact opposite. Because unfortunately my parents did read me...
What an enlightened centrist position.
Rendering me a skeptic for the rest of my life. We can't see...
A skeptic who says, my brother in Christ. That's a little bit of a contradiction, I think. He's not religious. I love how Zoomers will let him co-opt their terminology when I guarantee he's an atheist, possible Jew. I feel like we need to get a confirmation whether or not he's Jewish. I must know, because I feel like that's another part of noticing that's going off my head, where it's like, I don't know. This seems like I've just seen a lot of what they've done, and this kind of fits their modus operandi. 3 types of people: those who see when shown, and those who will never see. Yep. It doesn't help too that woke in the underground 80s or 70s rap days used to mean socially conscious. It existed before Wall Street collapse. It's hard to define simply or singularly, man. Well, that's the whole point. Like when woke started coming up, it was originally used by basically like Black Twitter, and then it was co-opted by the right because people kept saying it about the most stupid, absurd shit, where it's like, you're right, that is woke, as in it's fucking cancer. That's basically how it ended up. I feel like a lot of people forgot that it was brought from the dead, basically by the left first, and then it was co-opted by us to mock them. Kind of like Chud. How I say Chud ironically, like a lot, because Chud is a terrible insult. The Lone Marauder, thanks $2. Woke equal forced equity. That's an element of it for sure. Yeah. Like, I know. Yeah, I know. It's easy to make fun of Az's parents. I know. Trust me, if I was feuding with them, I would also do it. So, I'm not going to say, like, oh, Act Man, how dare you make fun of someone's appearance? I've done that plenty of times, and people have made fun of my appearance. That's just how it goes. Plenty of people made fun of my appearance, too. It's fine.
Past our own fucking reflection. That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda Western Game.
I do want to point out that this is like the 4th or 5th time that he's brought, like, this Az clip from Twitter was only like 2 minutes, and he's referenced it at least 5 times in the video. I mean, I guess ADHD brain, which I have ADHD, but I don't have this issue. I guess it's not as bad as the generation that grew up with the tablet, since they were like old enough to talk. But you know,
is this not pinnacle SJW behavior? Is this not peak? Is this not a stereotype? If this person was a left-leaning individual and they were around back in 2017 or something, and they did this exact bit, except instead of pronouns, it's something equivalently stupid, like him getting mad that there are more options for a white skin tone than a non-white skin tone in the character creator or something. If a person...
See, again, this is the communist pedophile says that different human races which have existed for, what, millions of years? Is equivalent to pronouns, which is something invented in very recent history. Though technically, I mean, it's been around longer than people thought. Certain books were burned, and a certain state Germany was in at a time that I think we're all familiar with in history. But the point is, the modern idea of pronouns, which, you know, not that long ago, everyone used to make fun of. I want to remind you, attack helicopter wasn't that fucking long ago, guys. It wasn't that fucking long ago. Muncher, thanks $2. Will you be voting Kanye 2024? No, I will not be throwing my vote in the trash.
Person on the left had reacted like this, they would have been made fun of for the rest of their life.
The people making comparisons to 2015 and 2016 SJW shit are entirely correct. Entirely.
Again, the dog fucker. You're referencing the communist pedophile, dog fucker, horse furry. Really the best we have to offer. And you know what? You know what? Let's make something clear. If I was being referenced in some other big YouTuber's video and someone said, oh, you're going to take the opinion of the Fuda cuck or something, I would laugh, to be clear. I would laugh as I'm laughing saying this out loud because it's funny. These guys wouldn't laugh because they are embarrassed as they should be. I'm also embarrassed to a degree, but I do realize there's a problem at the very least. Oh, man.
Accurate. This is essentially fucking blue-haired feminist, fucking big red, Anita Sarkeesian, all this shit. Like, you are the same fucking thing. You are the exact same fucking thing. This is nuts. This is absolutely insane.
The Starfield Discord.
See, again, I hate to say it, but like, I feel like, oh look, another guy who turned lefty, Chris Raygun. Do we have any like neutral parties in this video? I don't think I've seen any. There's no neutral parties. It's either like the rightoids we got to dunk on, or like the obvious converted to leftist to grift. But no, the right wing are the grifters, not us, guys. These fucks don't even know what grifting means. It means you're deceiving. If people believe in what they're saying, it's not grifting. I had people call me a grifter. Is there anyone on this fucking platform who believes in his bullshit more than me? Dude, I wish like Emperor Synth shit was a joke. If I had power, humanity would be like, humanity probably would be fucked. Because I'm not going to pretend I'm a great leader or anything. But at the very least, I would hope in the long term that I would turn history toward the better. But, you know, I am the Giga Chud billions must die stereotype. So, I forgot where I was going with this. Anyway, the point is, you know, I don't know. I'm just tired of this. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. This sucks. This is why I can't watch this guy's videos anymore. They're a fucking joke, man. Actaman sucks so hard. He was vaguely watchable when he was covering Halo. Like, when you covered Halo, at least you were talking about things people liked. You know, I like Halo. It's not my favorite, but I like the Halo games. I do. I think they're good games. I'm not a contrarian who's like, they ruined FPS games. It's its own thing, and it got popular, you know, okay. That's not like Halo's fault that type of shooter got popular. That's what happened. It's so fucking, man, I don't know, man. This drama shit sucks. He has such terrible opinions. The Lone Marauder, thanks for $5. Big Bunger, what? Big Bunger, Jeer. These are the guys you want in your corner when facing the shill allegations. These are the guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they even care. They're not going to address the shill thing. That's the truth. Like, Actman, actually, let's check something. Because I think people said he hasn't even reviewed the game yet, right? So Actman might have not actually been paid, which makes this worse. Like, yeah, he hasn't even reviewed Starfield yet. I feel like he needs to review the game so we can see him blatantly ignore all the flaws to know if he really was paid. Because if he's not being paid to defend, you know, pure mediocrity, again, I said it was like pure mediocrity pretty much. Mood is fairly neutral. That's not true, really, from what I've seen. It's not really. I mean, I'm sure he tries to appear that way, but anyone who's fence sitting is definitely a lefty, let's be honest. I would not have an audience without the culture war. I probably wouldn't have an audience this big without the culture war. I can admit that. The only reason, but also, I wouldn't have made this channel in the first place probably if there were good reviewers on the platform. If I did make a YouTube channel, I would make, I don't know, I probably would have been another dime a dozen retro review channel if there were good modern game reviewers. But unfortunately, there aren't any. So you guys are stuck with me, you know? Yeah, complaints aside, you're stuck with me. What's my view on Razor Fist? He aligned himself with Az. Yeah, Razor Fist, I feel like, you know, a little bit of a mixed bag. I definitely agree with most of the shit he says. I'll say that. His opinions on video games are not exactly like, you know, I don't agree with a lot of them. But I'd say, like, you know, some politics videos are pretty entertaining. He's pretty entertaining when he insults people. So, yeah, I don't know. Razor Fist's alright. He's not one of my favorites, but I certainly like him more than the vast majority of YouTube, that's for sure.
Has revealed the rift between those who live in a terminally online hellscape where a 3-second-long character customization option in a new video game sends them...
So again, is this not the most leftist tactic in the world? This is how women argue. This is literally how women argue, where it's like, you're upset. You're acting like a baby right now. Be a grown man. You can tell I've heard shit like this before. The point is, this is how women argue, where you're like, no, actually, you're pissing and shitting your pants. And again, it's because Az did overreact. But one fat bald guy overreacts. I guess we're all fucking loonies. At least my overreaction was over like a lot of legitimate gameplay issues. I mean, again, we can go back through my video. First 10 minutes, I don't even fucking mention the woke shit. Now, one of the clips, you know, I do complain about not being able to kill a gay dude, which I 100% guarantee you, if any Twitter person reacts to my video, they're gonna use that clip where I can't kill a gay dude. Guarantee it. XD666XD, thanks 150 Uruguay, whatever. You should play the Halo OG campaign in the version called Custom Edition. The plot is the same, but they're also Spartan NPCs. It's really, really good, man. Yeah, maybe I will at some point. Eric G, thanks $2. If you're the Emperor of America, what's first? I can't answer that question. I'll get banned. And I'll die from in the attempt. There's no way that I would be able to do it. What if Az was built like a Giga Chad? Would the backlash be less bad toward him? Yeah, they would just find someone else. They'd find another target. Az is an acceptable target because he's a fat, bald, white guy. You know? If Az was black, no one would bring it up. You know, this is just it's the identity politics. That's really what this is about. And again, Actman will pretend that he's definitely not a leftist, and it's just you know, the right went too far. I can pull up the meme a third time, but I think you get the point. You know, enlightened centrist who's really just a lefty wearing a mask. I can't believe that the viewers keep going up. I feel like is someone raiding right now, and fucking I'm about to be on the front page of Twitter tomorrow, basically. Well, anyway, like, to make it clear, in case that does happen, just for the record, you know, Phantom Menace, don't like him. They don't like me. But I do support Az and what he said, and the context was taken out. The context makes it more understandable. He played the game for over 20 hours. He thought Hadrian was a trans character, which is understandable given the bad writing. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they just turned, like, the clone DNA into a woman. They even said there was donor material used. So the point is, it's still woke that they, for some reason, changed a genius black general genius, I already said genius, into a woman for no reason. I mean, why would they make it a woman? They don't even explain that at all, by the way. They don't address it. It's the EU chuds waking up. Yeah, maybe people are staying up just to hear me watch this. So, it should be interesting. I feel like we'll see if my video views explode tomorrow. We'll know if I got linked by Twitter again. I'll enjoy the money. I do like the money. They do give me money when they do that. I do like money sometimes. So, I'll take the money.
Spiraling into a fit of Vietnam flashback PTSD and those who are functioning adults. Hard disagree, Mr. Raygun. I remember throwing my Game Boy into the scorching
I also
flames.
do love YouTubers, like, you know, making fun of other people for not being functioning adults. You entertain children. Like, holy shit, you make videos for children. You're very mature and adult. You're good at the adulting, as the Redditors say. Mr. Elixir, thanks for the $5. Bro, I'm black and I can clearly tell when woke shit is being interjected, like when all black men are gay nerds. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Yeah, I know. Like, the funny thing is like, Starfield, the issue with the race thing isn't any specific race. It's like the opposite, that there's no white people, right? Like, I don't even think, like, there was only one black character that, being black, I guess you could say, was part of the issue with the character, and that was the second in command of the Crimson Fleet. That was the most annoying black chick ever. Like they took a bad stereotype and were just like, this will make a great character for our game. I'd say almost any of the other characters, the problem didn't have to do with the race. It was just a clear agenda thing. But that bitch, holy shit, I want to kill that bitch more than like any fucking character ever in a long time. Alone Marauder, thanks for $5. Check out based mods. You can remove the pronouns there via mod. I'm aware. I'm not gonna play Starfield again, so I don't care. Like, I'm done with the game. I uninstalled it on the stream to install Kingdom Come Deliverance, so I'm good.
Of hell when Professor Woke asked me if I was a boy or girl.
And then
My God, he did it again. I'm not gonna waste your time, but just to repeat myself again. Choosing your biological sex, because the game doesn't know if you want to play as a man or a woman, is not the same as adding pronouns that are completely separate from body type and walk cycle. Again, I got to keep bringing up that you can pick a female walk cycle as a male body type, because it's kind of hilarious. But yeah, not the same fucking thing. And also, the base thing I said before was we should just remove the ability to play as a woman. There you go, based. Everyone say based in the chat. Don't never play as a woman again. Alright. I'm going to bed soon, guys. We got to finish this video. Maybe I'll check out one response to this, see what Sargon said, maybe.
We'll be like, it's so weird. They'll be like, wow, you're certainly freaking out over this guy.
So the person that says it doesn't matter then created another post because I guess it actually does matter.
As if that, it's a very, very big cope where their entire ideology is framed around contrarianism and no.
Yeah, the dog fucker is telling people they're being contrarians. You're right. We should let him rape dogs and, you know, and I should be careful about this. But the point is, you're right. Being against degeneracy is only contrarianism. We should allow, you know, trans women to brutally rape children, chemically castrate them. I mean, that is just contrarianism to be against that, right? I mean, shit, man. You know, why are you standing against, which, I don't have the energy for this rant. But it's like, I'm tired. I'm tired of this retardation. I'm tired of it. These kids, I almost feel bad for the kids who still watch the Act Man, because in a sense, but again, this will be taken out of context, so I'll attempt to explain. But in a sense, they are being groomed in the literal sense of the term, as in they are being influenced to have a certain political opinion watching these videos. You know, a video game reviewer has made multiple, like, political agenda videos, right? And you know what? You can bring up My Gaming is Dying series. Fuck it. I don't care. That's fine. Sure. You could say that's me trying to make my audience into chud cells who are gonna form right-wing death squads or something. To me, that's just me complaining about the state of the game industry. Unfortunately, politics are a big part of that. But fine. You know, I'll let you have that one. But what is the point of this video? It's drama. Like, you're not even defending the game. Actually, if I recall correctly, at the beginning of this video, he said he was going to address legitimate criticisms with Starfield. We can go back, but considering we're in the last 3 minutes, and he never brought up any of the legitimate, last 5 minutes, I see. This video is so goddamn long. But he never brought up any of the legitimate problems to Starfield at all. He fucking lied. They never came up. Alright, I'm gonna skip. So many of these are just video reactions. It's a fucking lazy-ass video. God. Dineska, thanks, 2 euros. Dogfucker, what happened? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Your Movie Sucks is a horse furry who thinks that you should fuck dogs, basically. Yeah. Yeah, you go ahead and look into that. Muncher, thanks to 2 bucks. Will Dragon's Dogma 2 and Astral Chain 2 save gaming? No. Nothing will save gaming, but I'll take what good games I can get. So, yeah. I'm a little shocked so many people didn't know this, but I don't know. I guess I am into internet drama, so, you know. You know, if you like internet drama, I guess check out the Kiwi Farms, though those guys don't like me either. Or at least the guys in my thread don't like me, but I guess that's technically how Kiwi Farms has always worked anyway. But the people in the Mauler thread like me. They like me.
What woke used to actually mean and why we started using that to describe media.
Oh, you're going to tell us what it means.
Whatever in the first place. You see, woke, at least in my own head dictionary, is a synonym for contrived. Deliberately created.
Oh, no, that's not what woke means. That's not what woke means. Wrong. I fucking knew he would be wrong. And look at that nose. That's a trustworthy nose. Anyway, I'm so fucked. This channel's gonna get deleted. Anyway, but the point is, that's a perfect side profile, though. I mean, like, shit, you'd see that coming around the corner. But, anyway. That's not what woke means, you fucking idiot. It means progressive ideology, leftist propaganda, any one of those synonyms. It does not mean contrived. Darius Thompson, thanks for $5. I always enjoy seeing honest creators that talk about these subjects. I fucking hate this motherfucker now so much. It's funny, because I felt bad when I made the first game He's Dying a little bit, because I'm like, Actman's not that bad, because this was 3 years ago, you know? Actually, almost 4 years ago now. No, 3 years ago is right. No, yeah, 3 years ago. It was 3 years ago. It was about 3 years ago when the first Game He's Dying video came out. And, you know, near the end, I mentioned something about his channel. I don't even remember what I said. But the point is like, at the time, I'm like, I don't know, Actman's not that bad. Does he really? I mean, it was like clickbait. Now, Jim Sterling, he definitely was, he's always been part of the problem. You know, so putting his head in the thumbnail, didn't have a problem with that. But now it's like, again, I was right. Like, I didn't know how bad he would get, but like, yeah, I have no regrets about putting his head in the thumbnail now. I mean, he's definitely part of the whole Gaming is Dying sphere, that's for sure. Okay, so blatantly wrong definition of woke to suit your bullshit argument. That's good look. Ashley, thanks for $5. Not advocating it. Debates only go so far when IRL political policies are taking place, hurting folks. This will be quaint when the bullets fly. Yeah, there's no point debating with these people. I mean, they just argue in bad faith. I mean, what the hell did he do this whole video? Argue in bad faith. Because he wants to pretend that it's more complex than conventionally ugly right-wing guy spurged out about a thing that I personally don't think is a big deal. That's all this video was. It was no more complex than that. It was 28.5 minutes of basically, you know, half the arguments being blatantly terrible. But they're just arguments like trying to get around the fact that Actman thinks the dude's ugly and is making fun of him, you know? So that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it. Alright, let's try to finish this. I'll try not to pause constantly.
Rather than arising naturally or spontaneously. The only difference between woke and contrived is that woke was contrived, but it had some basis in a political ideology. We used to call media woke when it had an observable negative impact on that piece of media. Like when people wrote about—
You're right, like all the disgusting NPCs in Starfield, they don't have any effect on the quality of the product, that's for sure. Oh wait, you're not going to bring that up because that might be acknowledging a real flaw with the game, and we can't have that. We can't have that. That's not good for our straw man video. Starfield is awesome. 11 out of 10 game. No flaws. The only complaints people are having are about pronouns. In my hour and 23 minute long video, I basically... most of my talk about the pronouns is just bringing up this drama. And then I'm like, yes, there's pronouns. Moving on. Oh, man. You know, just keep attacking the easy targets, you fucking bitch! You pussy-ass bitch! Oh.
About Witcher 3 being racist because it didn't have enough black people, that was woke. That was contrived. That was a conclusion the writer came up with and then implanted into the game artificially. You know, same as when I made that video on Link is gay and Ocarina of Time is actually a gay coming-of-age story. I've stayed true to my principles for like 6 years on this map.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't, you fuck. Giovanni19, thanks for $10. This is worth $2. I used to enjoy Actman's videos. He even called out SJWs years ago, but the Twitter rot got into him. Only you and the almighty Lolly are good reviewers and call out woke trash. Yeah, there's not much left. There's not many left at all. But thanks everyone for joining us on the last Synth stream. I'm just hoping, because I'm stuck in my little bubble, because I'm shadow banned, that nobody will really care about this, and that like the Legend of Zelda thing was more of a freak accident, honestly. But there are troublemakers in here. There's troublemakers in here, like the people who make threads on V, for example, who do like the drama shit. And I would not be shocked if you guys poked the bear and got the attention of Twitter from this. But yeah, the constantly rising viewership is kind of telling me that something bad is going to happen. I'm get, you know, it doesn't take a genius to sort of have a sixth sense for these things, but having well over 800 viewers on me just reacting to a video on one of my streams, oh boy, something's happening. It'll be interesting to wake up to something tomorrow. Well, I hope there's actually, honestly, I want there to be a video response from one of these big YouTubers, but it's just never going to happen. It's just never going to happen. I actually would want to see these people attempt to respond, because I feel like my Starfield review might be the best video I've ever made. It's definitely in the top 5, where I brought up so many issues with the game that it's like indisputable that the game is at the very least like not great. I mean, you could say it's like a decent game, sure. I would say that you have dog shit taste if you thought that, but you know, I mean, people saying it's like, oh, it's like a 7 out of 10 at best. I can at least let that slide. Like, that's a reasonable opinion. But these people saying like the game is amazing, like, how? Legitimately, how? Dougnificent, thanks for $5. Can't wait for the synth streams on whatever alt tech site you come back on. I know, and I have all my videos saved. So, I mean, they're all on my hard drive. So as soon as the channel goes down, you know, I can start, you know, I can re-upload everything. It's not a big deal. I mean, it'll take a while. It's a lot of videos. 7 out of 10 is an okay score, soft-etic, man. We've already fucking talked about this, dude. 5 out of 10 isn't average. End of story. Doesn't make any sense. 5 out of 10 is a failing grade. And for all of you who live in fucking weirdo countries where you can get half the problems wrong and not fail the test, never make fun of American education again. Okay. We've addressed the problem, I think. We've addressed the problem.
Matter. It's not about politics in the game. It's what politics do you put in the game? How are you trying to weaponize Starfield and the...
But I thought everything is political. Isn't that what you guys said? Oh wait, now you say you're making things political. Can we not just stick to one? Is everything political or not? Which one is it, you fucks? Which one? It was all the left is saying everything's political, and then, oh, all of a sudden, like the past year or two, oh, you guys are just making things political. They have nothing. They believe in nothing. How could you trust someone who has no principles? Daneska, thanks 5 euros. In case you didn't see my comment on your last video, your I'm not convinced joke is playing with fire. I really don't want you to get demonetized. Well, as you noticed, I cut out the context in the beginning, because in the stream, I was talking about real people in the stream. So I cut out enough context that, you know, the most they'll hit me with is, oh, dude, he's shooting a black NPC, because, you know, no one's ever done that in a game. Colonius, thanks $5. If you get banned, it's been real, man. Just remember that there are many of us waking up in the West. The pendulum can only be pushed so far left. Well, these people think in 300 years that we'll have a million gross, disgusting, gender-kin people. Or at least, I think Asmongold said that. Woo!
Existence of pronouns within it to fit your agenda for your YouTube videos on your channel.
I guess this is what they have to do. It's they sell outrage. They
Oh, look, another leftist, Review Tech USA. Do we have any people who, you know, aren't left-wing that you could use as a video example? No? Oh. I guess that's a coincidence. It's probably a coincidence. Sure, the communist pedophile especially. That was a coincidence.
Anger. They want you to be scared, and they want you to be outraged because they profit off of it.
So when people complain about the Star
Okay,
Wars
yeah, but I mean, both sides do, though. Leftists profit off of outrage all the time. Are we going to pretend BreadTube isn't a thing? There's like a million left-wing YouTube channels on YouTube that get mad over stupid bullshit. I'm not even going to deny that that's the truth, because I do think these guys are grifters. I do. I agree with that. I don't want this to come across like I'm suddenly like a major Phantom Menace fan or something. But it does make people like me look bad, because I'm going to get associated with the grifters when I actually believe everything I'm saying. In fact, I would say that's like, you know, you could maybe argue there's only a few appeals to my channel. The biggest one is probably just that I'm honest. If I didn't have that, what the fuck would I have? I'd have nothing. So, you know, if I was a grifter, like, my channel would be completely fucking pointless. Whatever. Anyway, moving on.
Wars sequels and how that trilogy is woke, it's not because the protagonist is a female. For some people that's the case, but mostly it's because the movies have contrived writing that takes us out of the film and that feels artificial. Admiral Holdo.
You're right. Holdo being like an annoying feminist cunt is only contrived writing. It has nothing to do with her being like a, you know, just a scumbag of a character. It's only woke because of the bad writing. Again, this is his shit that he came up with. I never believed this. Never for 1 second did I think woke meant contrived. So, you know, just know that, I don't agree, obviously. I don't agree with anything in this video. I don't know why I'm saying that even. No Bite 97, thanks to 20 bucks. If you get banned, then I'll finally have an excuse to create an account on one of those alt tech websites. I'll be honest, I don't like a lot of their layouts. Otherwise, thanks for the past 3 years of entertaining content. Yep. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. Anyway, okay. I swear, I gotta get through 30 seconds without pausing. Alright, let's go.
So, withholding her plans and information from Poe is contrived.
Stick to your post and follow my orders.
It's actually a literary plot device known as idiot plot. Admiral Holdo is a character born out of contrived, shitty, lazy writing. And this shitty, lazy writing makes The Last Jedi a worse film. It just so happens that people have made this connection between this sloppy, shitty writing in the sequels and what's been going on at Disney. This is a much more compelling...
You're right, they have nothing to do with each other. You're right, you're right. It's completely unrelated shoving... shoving a million women and minorities and everything, and then they're also all bad. That's completely a coincidence. Don Eagle Ottoberg, thanks to the 88 SEK. One of my friends claims he drank 6 million glasses of juice in 2.5 years. Do you think his claim is legit? Well, if you do the math, that sounds incredibly unlikely. I would say incredibly unlikely.
Argument for woke ideology inserting into our media. Starfield is not, and calling everything that you don't like woke is the same tactic as calling...
Again, yeah, Starfield, if you've never played it, and you only bring up the pronouns and nothing else, you know, again, even if you get rid of, like, the diversity, in what universe is having a million girl bosses not woke? In fact, if I thought about it, there probably are at least a few moments that are pretty contrived. In fact, making a female clone of a black male general, that seems kind of contrived, don't you think? I don't know, maybe. You could at least make the argument that's contrived, so even by his definition, you would say at least that element of Starfield would be woke. But again, this isn't, you know, this video wasn't made in good faith. It wasn't made to actually, like, counter legitimate criticisms of the game. It was to make fun of a fat, bald guy. Again, I get it, you know? When I shave my head and I start bulking, people will call me fat too, I'm sure. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
When you don't like racist or fascist or sexist. And here's the kicker, okay? If simply acknowledging any form of left-wing belief, left-wing ideology, liberal agenda, if the existence of the optional pronouns is all it takes to make Starfield woke, then what the fuck does that make Fallout New Vegas?
In Rome, I found a
Fallout New Vegas is woke.
society equal to the challenges of the post-apocalyptic world. A society that could prevent mankind from fracturing and destroying itself in this new world by establishing a new Pax Romana. It means a nationalist, imperialist, totalitarian, homogenous culture that obliterates the identity of every group it conquers.
Are we going to change the rhetoric and go back and say Fallout New
Well, that's the opposite of woke, though. That's based. He's not even getting his terminology right. So, woke is left-wing ideology. Now, based has lost almost all of its meaning. But, to me, based almost is the opposite of woke, really. That's the way I've thought about it. So, yes, I would say Caesar's Legion is based. New Vegas might be the rare game that is simultaneously woke and based, in a way. Because at least it lets you choose. You can join Caesar's Legion. The game would indisputably be woke if you couldn't join Caesar's Legion. So, again, also, wasn't the argument forced down your throat? You can kill Caesar's Legion. If they made you join Caesar's Legion, that would be the woke he's trying to argue. But most people are not going to do that. The majority of people do Yes Man or NCR. So, Legion's definitely at the bottom. You know, people pick Mr. House before Legion as well. So, this, again, his own argument doesn't even make sense. It doesn't. If I was a drama queen YouTuber, I would just edit this whole thing into its own video. But I'm not. I've never been a drama queen YouTuber. I do like drama. I absolutely do. I'm not gonna deny that. I do like drama. That's why I know about all this lol cow shit that I probably shouldn't know. But I do know. But that doesn't mean I want to involve my channel personally in the drama. The whole point of this is just like, Actman's videos are dog shit. His channel's dog shit. He's obviously a leftist now. And, you know, if this ends up on Twitter, that's fine. If they respond to me, I'll do a response video. But I'm not going to unprompted respond to this. Hopefully, you know, you guys can watch the stream archive. Jesus fucking Christ, the viewers keeps going up. Oh, man. Something bad's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen. Anyway, regardless, you know, at least I'm glad I could entertain you guys, the real people here. I don't know, maybe even like the Twitter trannies are entertained, maybe. But Ashley, thanks $2. Lefties don't address that China hates woke. Yep. Of course. Well, China wants us to be like this. Anyway, China's cheering on this shit. Well, we're at the end of the video. I'm going to end the stream right after this because it's almost 4 a.m. But we'll finish this up. Hopefully I don't have any more comments.
Vegas promotes a fascist agenda because you can install a fascist dictatorship as the new government of the Mojave Wasteland? Is New Vegas fascist? No.
Long-term stability at all costs. The individual has no value beyond his utility to the state. Whether as an
okay, but again, they don't make you join Caesar's Legion. You do pick pronouns at the beginning of Starfield. Even if you never touch the option and just let it be the default. I mean, it's there. Body type's there. That's another thing. As definitely should have brought up the body type thing. The fact that body type, walk cycle, and pronouns is separate. Even if you don't have to touch the options, that's like kind of the argument. It's right there from the beginning. Now, I understand Actman is stretching it to say that, well, technically, you can join Caesar's Legion. That is an option. But again, this is something, not only does it appear like halfway into the story, but also that's not like modern identity politics, which again, I know we're playing like, this is like an apples and oranges situation. Like where I know what he's trying to say, and I agree with like, you know, I agree with basically the spirit of what he's saying, but I don't agree that those are the same, right? The point is like, fascism is eternal. Pronouns is a mental sickness of society that hopefully won't exist in 300 years, basically. I guess that's really what it comes down to at the end. You know, it's not going to agree with me on that, obviously. I don't give a fuck what he thinks, because he's wrong. Because he's fucking wrong. Sir Clown's a lot. Thanks to $10. Here's the possible last YouTube super chat, bro. It's been real, because really could use a new gaming channel. Listen, I'm not going to retire from the internet if I get banned. Patriot, thanks to $2. Buy type A, type B, 1 or 2 voice type 1 or 2. I know exactly. But, oh, dude, he can't spurg out, though. I mean, I would say he probably shouldn't have spurged out. I do agree on that point. But, you know, still. Fascism is eternal. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's true, though. I mean, that's actually true. Fascism, you can't kill, like, ideas. And I know people are going to say, like, oh, well, pronouns is an idea. But it's not like, it's not that kind of idea. I feel like I want to go into like the whole memes thing from Metal Gear Rising, where Raiden's talking to Monsoon. But it's like fascism is like a meme, right? Whereas pronouns is like just something, a small tool that's manipulating society at the moment. Communism is the counter. The fascism, communism, you know, that's the equivalent. If a communism is probably also eternal. I'm sure communism will come back up over and over again through society. But the pronoun thing, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. And you know what? That's just my opinion.
Instrument of war or production.
Politics, how tiresome.
In conclusion, I think Starfield is a pretty good video game as far as I've played, 25 hours, and I don't know if I've ever
Dog
seen
shit taste in
such
video
a
games.
massive and widespread hate boner for a new release like this. So yeah, those were some of the worst Starfield hot takes in the galaxy. I need some more O2 before I pass out. But what do you think? Are you liking Starfield, disliking it? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below.
I just love that, like, you're so confident you make this video, yet you clearly deleted comments. I guess we can, right before I end the stream, we'll scroll back through and again see if we can find a single negative top comment. I found one that had 14 likes, which I guess he just didn't see yet. David C, thanks for $5. Dude, this whole stream I've been cracking up. You funny as fuck, Synth. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm glad somebody thinks I'm funny. Nah, I mean, you got it. I just say what comes to my head. I'm glad that entertains people. So, top comments. Let's see, this one, I'll undislike that one because I don't know. Anyway, the point is, this is mild criticism. You should be able to approach a star, black hole, or gas giant and be annihilated. Exactly. You should be able to get killed, because that would actually be a little detail that would add some soul to the game, but the game's fucking soulless. This is a joke about Warframe, which actually sounds like a criticism of Starfield, but he was too much of a coward to, you know, attack Actman anyway with it. Let's see. Another gas giant thing. Did anyone even watch more than 3 minutes of this fucking video? Let's see. Gas giant. Yeah, Asmongold has a point about the Andrew Tate shirt. Yeah, I'll give that one a like. Xenomorphs get in your head asking, what are your pronouns? I don't even know if that's an insult toward the video or not. Players to watch a ship disintegrate. Yeah, whatever, I don't know. Only thing to complain about is if it done exploration a bit better. Community notes. Sir, I thought you were a gamer. The fact it would kill is exactly why I would want to do it. There's no insults. I want to remind you, 18,000 dislikes. So clearly there's some people fucking mad, and it's actually more than that. Like I said, I can prove it to you, show you any of my videos, then compare it to my actual analytics. The extension under approximates dislikes. Drift Speed, thanks $2. Axoy Worm Soul Proto Queer is irrelevant. Act Soy Worm Soul Proto Queer. That's interesting insult. Dineska, thanks €5. How can any reasonable human being defend effing gender ideology? If I ruled the world, I'd do worse things than AH. Well, you know, dude, it's just pronouns, bro. How could you get mad? Let's see, still not. I love how the only critical comments that are allowed to exist are just people saying, I wish you could fly to the gas giants to die. And you know what? At the very least, if Actman had said that in his video, I would have been like, well, yeah, I mean, I would agree with that much. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here's finally. It's 14 hours ago, and the video's over 3 days old. So again, he hasn't found it. Actman, Nexus isn't removing mods. You guys are just lying. Nexus, yes, we're removing mods. Act, ma'am. You know, there you go. Finally found a critical comment. He's deleting comments. That's why I'm scrolling. Basically, oh shit. You guys are all upvoting Latina Parfait. This was just came up while I was streaming. That's all you guys, 100% who liked it. That's funny. Yeah, still not seeing any critical comments despite the 18,000 dislikes. Yeah, here we go. Here's another one. Why'd you get community noted on your BS is funny. Let's see. Yeah, interesting. I feel like this is more than enough evidence to say that he's blatantly deleting comments. You know, I'm sure he'll deny that claim, but just as a fellow YouTuber who's been doing it 3.5 years, generally, I could just, you know, I could just fucking bring up my video and show you what a normal comment section looks like if you want. Let's see. Your videos. You guys might see metrics, but whatever. I don't give a shit. There's no important information there that you could use against me. Oh my god, it's these guys. Let's see, 936 votes, 137, 246, 87, 193, 35, 729, 242, 26, 33, 39, 36, 573, 72, 274. Only 15 on that one, so that's first in 21, 50, 676, 155, 115. Most of these are highly upvoted because that's how sorting by top is supposed to work. Now, it also is weighted by time, so I could see Actman arguing against this. Not that he's going to bring this up, but I could see him arguing against this by saying, well, the video's 3 days old, so all the actual top comments got pushed because after a certain amount of time, YouTube promotes new comments. But you guys saw that. Like, an 800,000 view video has only like 10 comments that have like 500 or more upvotes. He was deleting a shit ton because, look, I have way less downvotes than he does. Or dislikes. I've still got the Reddit brain, apparently, even after all this time. Look at that. Look at that. This is some of the least amount of dislikes I've had on like any modern game review. Piotr, thanks for the £1. So, I'm just saying. Yeah, Zoomer Stasi, yours did get pushed down. I saw that. A good comment, actually. Probably the best one of yours I've seen. Yeah, I gotta end this stream because I gotta go to bed, especially since Sam's crying. But I think I said my piece. I'm ready to accept the consequences for telling the truth as usual because nobody gets over 900 viewers at 4 a.m. Especially, like, my average views on a stream are, like, 400 to 500. So, some people are clipping shit. I guarantee you people are clipping shit. So, that'll be interesting to see. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But, good stream. Good stream.